Let me ask you this. What does wealth really look like? Is it a flashy car or designer clothes? Or is it something deeper? Meet Brad. He drives a leased sports car and dines at fancy restaurants, but is drowning in debt. Now meet Sarah. She drives an old Honda, skips the luxuries, and quietly built a $2 million portfolio. Who's actually winning? Welcome to the world of stealth wealth, where true prosperity isn't about looking rich. It's about being rich. Stick around as we uncover the secrets of quiet millionaires who live modestly while stacking assets, and how you can do the same. Apologies for the oversight. Let's dive into materials 1 through 5, written in the same engaging, conversational tone with storytelling, rhetorical questions, humor, and motivational language to keep your audience hooked. Here we go. 1. Employee wealth illusion. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine this. Brad walks into the office parking lot, sunglasses on, sliding behind the wheel of his shiny leased BMW. His co-workers ooh and ah as he revs the engine and peels out of the lot like he's auditioning for a car commercial. But here's the twist. Brad's living paycheck to paycheck. That lease payment, it's eating up half his monthly income. Sound familiar? Many employees today fall into what I call the employee wealth illusion, projecting an image of wealth through luxury cars, designer clothes, and expensive dinners while secretly struggling to make ends meet. Trust me, it's a trap you don't want to fall into. Here's the brutal truth. High income doesn't automatically equal high wealth. Think about it. What good is a six-figure salary if every dollar goes toward liabilities instead of assets? A $100,000 a year earner drowning in debt isn't wealthy. They're just broke with nice stuff. Real wealth comes from retaining and investing money wisely, not from showing off what you own. Yet so many people chase the illusion of success, buying things they can't afford to impress people they don't even like. Would you rather look rich or actually be rich? The choice is yours. The psychology behind this behavior is fascinating and dangerous. Society conditions us to equate material possessions with success. We see influencers flaunting their lifestyles online and think, if I had that watch, those shoes, that car, I'd finally feel accomplished. But here's the kicker. Those flashy displays are often smoke and mirrors. Behind the scenes, these folks might be drowning in debt or living beyond their means. True wealth isn't about appearances, it's about substance. And substance starts with prioritizing financial health over social validation. So, how do you break free from the employee wealth illusion? Start by asking yourself, am I spending to impress, or am I investing to progress? Every time you're tempted to splurge on something flashy, pause and consider whether it adds value to your life or just empties your bank account. Remember, real wealth is built quietly, one smart decision at a time. The next time you see someone flexing their leased sports car, smile to yourself knowing you're playing the long game. After all, true winners don't need applause, they just need results. 2. Case study, Mike versus Sarah. All right, let's talk about two fictional characters who couldn't be more different when it comes to managing money. Meet Mike. He earns $150,000 a year, which sounds impressive until you take a closer look at his lifestyle. Mike drives a leased BMW, finances all his furniture, and carries a massive mortgage. On paper, he's successful, but in reality, he's one emergency away from financial ruin. Now, contrast that with Sarah. She also earns around $150,000 annually, but drives a paid-off 2013 Honda Accord, wears basic clothes, and invests heavily in rental properties and index funds. Guess who's building generational wealth? Ding, 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 it's Sarah. What sets Mike and Sarah apart isn't just their spending habits. It's their mindset. Mike prioritizes short-term gratification, chasing the thrill of owning the latest gadgets and driving the newest cars. Meanwhile, Sarah focuses on long-term security, channeling her extra income into assets that generate passive income. Her strategy might not win her any style points at the country club, but it ensures she'll never have to worry about money again. Who would you rather emulate? The guy sweating bullets over his next paycheck, or the woman sipping coffee while her investments work for her. Now, let's get personal for a moment. If you were to compare yourself to Mike and Sarah, which camp would you fall into? Are you leasing luxury items and financing your lifestyle, or are you quietly stacking assets and securing your future? Be honest with yourself. It's okay to admit if you've been leaning toward Mike's approach. Awareness is the first step toward change. Once you recognize the patterns holding you back, you can start shifting towards Sarah's path of stealth wealth and financial independence. Here's the beauty of Sarah's story. She proves that wealth isn't reserved for the elite. It's available to anyone willing to play the long game. You don't need a trust fund or a lottery ticket to build generational wealth. All it takes is discipline, patience, and a willingness to live below your means. So, the next time you feel pressured to keep up with the Joneses, remember Sarah and her humble Honda Accord. She's not just winning the race. She's redefining the rules. 3. Stealth wealth defined. Ever heard the phrase, still waters run deep? That's the essence of stealth wealth. It's the art of living like an average person while quietly accumulating assets and investments. Picture this. A neighbor who drives an older sedan, shops at discount stores, and avoids flashy displays of affluence, but secretly owns multiple rental properties and a 7-figure portfolio. Sounds intriguing, right? Stealth wealth is all about prioritizing financial independence over social validation. Low-key luxury at its finest. Why does stealth wealth matter? Because it flips the script on traditional notions of success. In a world obsessed with appearances, quiet millionaires stand out by blending in. They understand that flaunting wealth attracts unnecessary attention, from jealous friends, opportunistic strangers, and even scammers. By keeping a low profile, they protect their assets and maintain their peace of mind. Trust me, there's nothing glamorous about being targeted for lawsuits or guilt-tripped into funding someone else's dream. Sometimes, invisibility is the ultimate superpower. But stealth wealth isn't just about staying safe, it's about staying focused. When you resist the urge to show off, you free yourself to prioritize what truly matters. Building wealth, creating opportunities, and designing a life aligned with your values. Imagine waking up every morning knowing your investments are compounding, your debts are shrinking, and your stress levels are plummeting. That's the magic of living modestly while stacking assets. Sure, it's not Instagram-worthy, but trust me, the payoff is far more satisfying than likes or comments. So, how do you embrace stealth wealth? Start by shifting your mindset. Instead of measuring success by outward appearances, focus on acquiring assets that generate income and appreciation. Drive a reliable car, wear functional clothes, and skip the fancy vacations if it means accelerating your path to financial freedom. Remember, the wealthiest people often blend into the crowd because they understand the value of humility. As the saying goes, don't tell me where you've been, show me where you're going. And with stealth wealth, the destination is worth every silent step. 4. Reasons for practicing stealth wealth. Let's talk about why stealth wealth is such a game changer. First up, less attention. When people know you're wealthy, they treat you differently. Friends might suddenly remember they haven't seen you in ages and invite you to expensive dinners. Relatives could drop hints about loans or investments. Even strangers may try to cozy up to you, hoping for a slice of your pie. Do you really want to deal with all that drama? By staying quiet about your wealth, you preserve genuine relationships and avoid becoming someone's unofficial ATM. Next, let's talk about freedom over flash. Real wealth isn't about owning shiny objects. It's about having the freedom to live life on your terms. That means being debt-free, having multiple streams of income, and never worrying about making ends meet. Think about it. Would you rather drive a leased sports car and stress about payments, or drive a paid-off sedan and sleep soundly knowing your investments are working for you? True prosperity gives you options, not obligations. And guess what? Options are priceless. Safety is another big reason to practice stealth wealth. Flashy displays of affluence can attract unwanted attention, from scammers, fraudsters, and even unethical acquaintances. Scammers love targeting those perceived as wealthy because, well, why chase small fish when there's a big one swimming around? Even well-meaning friends or family members might unintentionally put you at risk by gossiping about your financial status. By blending in, you reduce the chances of becoming a target and keep your hard-earned assets secure. 5. How to practice stealth wealth. Ready to embrace stealth wealth? Let's break it down step by step. Step 1. Master the act of humility. Ditch the flex mentality and stop spending money to impress others. Ask yourself, does this purchase add value to my life, or am I just trying to prove something? Focus on acquiring assets that generate wealth, like stocks, real estate, or businesses, instead of liabilities that drain your bank account. Remember, true wealth is built behind closed doors, not on social media feeds. Step 2. Own more or less. Lie below your means, buy assets that appreciate in value, and avoid unnecessary debt. Paying cash for big-ticket items ensures you retain control over your finances and eliminates the stress of monthly payments. Need a new couch? Save up and pay in full instead of financing it. Want to upgrade your car? Stick with your reliable ride until you can afford to replace it outright. Every dollar you save on interest is a dollar you can reinvest in your future. Step 3. Keep your financial moves private. Don't broadcast your income, investments, or net worth. Let people assume you're average. It's easier than managing their expectations. Trust me, the fewer people who know about your wealth, the better. Silence protects your assets, minimizes distractions, and allows you to focus on what truly matters. Building a secure and fulfilling life. As the saying goes, loose lips sink ships. Keep your wins close and watch them multiply. Step 4. Automate wealth building. Set up automatic contributions to retirement accounts, index funds, or real estate crowdfunding platforms. Consistent, disciplined investing compounds over time, turning small amounts into significant wealth. Finally, resist lifestyle inflation. When you get a raise or windfall, reinvest it instead of upgrading your lifestyle. Stay humble, stay hungry, and let your wealth grow quietly in the background. Before you know it, you'll be sipping lemonade on your paid-off patio, watching everyone else scramble to keep up. Not bad, huh? 6. Why stay quiet about money? Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how people treat someone differently once they find out they're loaded? Trust me, it's not always sunshine and rainbows. When you let the world know you've got money, suddenly everyone wants a piece of it. Friends might casually mention their emergency, relatives could drop hints about loans, and even strangers may start sliding into your DMs with get-rich-quick schemes. Would you rather be seen as a person or as someone's personal ATM? Keeping your wealth under wraps allows you to maintain genuine relationships without second-guessing people's intentions. Not today, Brad. Not today. Now. Picture this. You spill the beans about your six-figure savings account at Thanksgiving dinner. Cue Aunt Linda leaning in with her infamous side eye, already planning how she can rope you into funding her next business venture. Spoiler alert. It involves essential oils. Suddenly, every conversation revolves around what you can do for them instead of mutual connection. By staying mum about your finances, you protect yourself from these awkward dynamics. Silence gives you the power to decide who gets help, and when, without feeling pressured by guilt trips or unsolicited advice. And here's the kicker. Flaunting your wealth doesn't just attract admirers, it also draws predators. Scammers love targeting those perceived as wealthy because, well, why chase small fish when there's a big one swimming around? Even well-meaning acquaintances might unintentionally put you at risk by gossiping about your financial status. Think about Uncle Dave. He brags about his stock portfolio at family reunions, only to end up fielding calls from sketchy investment opportunities. If he'd kept quiet, he'd still have peace of mind and his retirement fund intact. Stealth wealth isn't just smart, it's safe. So, would you tell the world or keep it on the down low? Let's face it, Moving in silence protects both your assets and your sanity. It lets you focus on what truly matters, building a future that aligns with your values, not society's expectations. Real wealth is about freedom, security, and living life on your terms, not becoming a walking billboard for opportunists. Sip your coffee, not at your bank balance. Keep your wins close, and watch how much easier life becomes when no one's trying to hitch a ride on your success train. All right, let's wrap this up with some real talk. True wealth isn't about how loud you shout. It's about how quietly you win. Remember Rich Ryan? He drives a leased sports car, wears designer suits, and dines at Michelin-star restaurants. But guess what? His credit card bills are eating him alive. On the flip side, we've got Simple Sally, cruising around in her reliable sedan, wearing clothes from last season, and stacking rental properties like pancakes. Who do you think sleeps better at night? The answer should be obvious. Real wealth is built behind closed doors, where the noise of societal pressure fades away. Here's the secret sauce. Stealth wealth isn't reserved for the elite. It's available to anyone willing to play the long game. All it takes is a shift in mindset. Instead of chasing shiny objects to impress others, focus on acquiring assets that work for you while you sleep. Picture this. You wake up tomorrow knowing your investments are compounding, your debts are shrinking, and your stress levels are plummeting. That's the magic of living below your means and investing wisely. Sure, it's not glamorous, but trust me, the payoff is worth every sacrifice. But don't just take my word for it. Look around you. The wealthiest people often blend into the crowd because they understand the value of humility. They don't need validation from flashy cars or Instagram likes. They measure success by the freedom to live life on their own terms. And here's the best part. You can join their ranks. Start small. Automate your savings. Resist lifestyle inflation. And stop comparing yourself to the Joneses. Before you know it, you'll be sipping lemonade on your paid-off patio, watching everyone else scramble to keep up. What I just revealed is only the surface level. There's so much more to unpack about stealth wealth, and I'm thrilled to guide you through it step by step. Whether you're starting from scratch or looking to refine your strategy, remember this. True wealth is built in silence, brick by brick. So, commit to making smarter choices today, and trust that the quiet work you do now will pay dividends for years to come. Ready to dive deeper? Stick around. I promise you won't regret it. Okay, before you hit that back button, hear me out. What if I told you there's a blueprint for achieving stealth wealth? A roadmap designed to help you stack assets, dodge debt, and live life on your terms. Sounds pretty sweet, right? Well, good news. It exists, and it's waiting for you in our full series on stealth wealth. Each episode breaks down the habits, strategies, and secrets of quiet millionaires, giving you actionable steps to transform your financial future. Subscribe now, hit that notification bell, and never miss an update. Your future self will thank you.